Alright gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. You joined me back in July yet again. It's going to be, well, isn't we supposed to be staying in June? Maybe I had it set on July. What did I have it set on? I had it set on fixed visual month of June. Why did we go to July? Weird. Okay, well that's weird. I was not expecting it to be July. I thought it was going to be June. But in any case, a little bit of a late start today, but we did buy the truck that I wanted to buy, the semi that I wanted to buy. Lorry, wherever you are, however you want to call it. Pretty excited about it. I really like it. It's basically like a Peterbilt. Pretty fast, man. It's booking. We're booking with this thing. Now, it is loud. I did try to turn the volume down on the vehicles a little bit more than I normally do, so some of them may be a little bit quieter than normal, because this thing is loud. It's very, very, very loud. Now, I didn't buy anything else for it. I literally just bought the truck for now. We are going to buy some things for it, and we're going to probably get rid of a few other things. Since we now have this, because this is going to be super helpful on the farm, moving from one section of our farm to the other. And we're going to begin Stage 4 today. Now, if you don't recall or you don't remember what Stage 4 is, it's down in the description, but just to give you a high level, Stage 4. Why did I keep saying Stage 4? Stage 3. Stage 3, the final stage. To complete Stage 3, to start Stage 3, these are the things we have to accomplish. Build a second improved farm. So we got to build basically a bigger farm than what we currently have, or somewhere around that. We have to put all the animals down with the exception of a horse. So I'm assuming that means even though we have chickens and pigs over here, we have to put chickens and pigs again over there. I'm assuming that's what that means. I'll need to watch some of the other guys who are a little bit further along than I am in this series so far, and to see what they're doing. But I think that's what that means. I might just actually message Crustu and Rusty and just double check it. Anyway, all animals except the horse. So we only have to do the one horse, and then we have to sell 50,000 liters of flour. So, relatively simple. I'm going to say that anything that we sell out of this mill does not count towards that 50,000 liters. I have to sell it out of the new mill, which, just to give you a bird's eye view really quick here, I'm still really confused about that. I have it on June, and it's July now. I'm very confused about that. Anyway, to give you a better view of this mill in the daytime, because we kind of ended in the nighttime, or well, it was dusk, I guess, in the last episode, so this gives you a little bit better view. I really, really like this mill. I actually initially had planned on putting this mill down originally when we started this series, but then I had changed my mind and said, you know what, I'm going to try to build up towards it. I really, really like it. This is probably my favorite building in the whole game. I would love it. It's a mod, I think. I can't recall if it's a one I downloaded on Mod Hub or if it's actually a part of one of the DLCs. I think it's just a mod somebody made. I'm almost positive. Bear with me for a minute. I've got a lot of things downloaded in here. Yeah, it's just a mod. So it's just something that's on Mod Hub. But I really, really like it. I like the building a lot. I see buildings like this in the Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana area, which is kind of where I'm at. So this is just makes me feel like home, and it's called Midwest anyway, right? I mean, Ohio's kind of a little bit of a stretch to Midwest, but we're considered the Midwest, so we're going to call it that. So today, we actually have a couple of things to do besides starting on the new farm. Specifically, the grapes are ready to harvest. So that's good. So we can get the grapes harvested and get those into our production. And hopefully start making something, because last time we harvested, remember we put some grapes in our production, but there wasn't enough grapes to actually even produce anything. So that's what we're going to do first, is get the grapes going. Other than that, I think the only other thing we have to do is fertilize these fields a second time for a second application of fertilizer. Otherwise, that's the only things to do. So then we're going to be starting on the brand new area, our brand new farm. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. I've been doing this a lot lately, and I promise I won't make a habit of it, but I'm going to do it really quickly now. If you haven't done so already, and you watch this channel a lot, if you could, I'd appreciate it if you gave my other channel a subscription. We're almost to 1,000. I'm trying to get there, so if you're interested in anything besides Farming Simulator, go give it a follow. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, with that said, we just passed 900 on that channel, so with that said, let's get going here, gang. We're going to devour some of these grapes off the vines here. And I don't know if we're going to be able to expand them or not here in the next episode or the following episode or whatever it may be. We'll have to see how our money situation is. I suspect right now we're going to be utilizing a lot of money to try to build up this second farm, right? So, step one was putting down that mill, right, in Stage 2, the end of Stage 2, and then buying that semi-truck is absolutely going to be crucial for us, so we can speed up the process of carrying stuff back and forth. I have a feeling we're going to be moving stuff all around a lot, so having that is going to be tremendous help for us, and a speed boost nonetheless. Yeah, but how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everything's going good in your world. We just got hit with the remainder, what the remainder is of the hurricane that just came through Florida. Obviously not anywhere near the damage or the severity that Florida got, but we got some winds and we had some trees that, you know, fell down and broke, but nothing too major. But it was pretty windy and really rainy all day today. So, I'm doing this pretty late at night because it was probably a little hard to hear me, I would assume, based off of how strong the wind was, and the rain itself was really loud, so it probably wouldn't have been the greatest quality of sound, so I kind of waited until late. So this is probably going to be an episode, honestly, where I do part of it at the time period I'm doing it now, and then part of it probably the next day, but we'll see. You never know. It is, what's it, 11, almost 11:30 right now, so we'll see. It's Friday night. The time I'm recording this, it's Friday night, I should say. Yeah, but almost 2 vines done here. We're almost 50%, so this is good. This is going to be a pretty good yield for us. Probably a couple of Grape Harvester loads here for sure, right? So it's such a cool machine, the Grape Harvester, man, and a olive harvester. They're such cool machines. It's like, how did you even think to come up with that machine, right? I mean, it's similar to just a regular harvester, right? How'd you come up with a harvester to harvest corn, right? These big stalks of corn and not destroy the corn. It's crazy. So we'll carry on here. We'll get this going. It's going to be a bit of a time lapse here, I think, just based off the speed of this. We'll have to unload it probably a couple times. Like I said, we're going to take it directly to the production itself and just drop it off there. And hopefully we can start making some grape juice or whatever, the raisins, whether we were making grape juice, right? So we got 37 liters in there. It really didn't make that much. We didn't have that many grapes. So this is going to be a severe uptick to that. Let's get going. So I went ahead and sold some of the flour that was just sitting out here, those pallets. I just went ahead and sold them off camera. I figured I might as well just go ahead and sell them. So I've got the plow over here. Let's see if we can figure out where we're going to put the first field at. I really don't know where to put the first field. I mean, we've kind of, you know, took a trot around it, I guess, with Jester, but other than that, I really don't know where to begin here. I kind of want to... I don't really want to put anything, so here, I'll go to bird's eye view, or the best I can do for that on the console. I really don't want to... Let's see where we're going. Here we go. I really don't want to put anything, like, in this region right here, because I kind of imagine... I don't know if we'll actually ever get to it or not, but I imagine kind of extending, you know, the farm a little bit, adding a few things maybe in here. So nothing right in here, but the rest of it, I really don't... I mean, I don't know. Right? I don't really know where to put the first field at. So I guess we could put one here, maybe, right here in the middle somewhere. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep it there or not. That's kind of part of the problem. I don't want to put anything pretty much from this tree-ish over to here, because I feel like this is going to be our main yard for this secondary farm. I mean, I think we have to this tree line, right? We have, actually we have past the tree line. So what's on the other side of that tree line? How's the land look on the other side of the tree line, I should say? It's relatively flat back here. We would probably have to get rid of a few trees, but it's not bad. It's not bad back here, actually. It's not bad at all. It could be a really big field or a couple small fields for sure. Maybe back here. So this is going to be that big massive hill, but this is a good area down in here too. I think maybe we try this area first. Even though I said this was a good area over here, I still think maybe over here. It's a little bit closer to everything else we have now, because for now, we're still going to be utilizing this stuff here. We really don't have that much money. Selling that flour obviously got us up a little bit higher, but still $13,000 is not a ton of money, honestly. So maybe we go over here somewhere. I gotta kind of have to try to vision out, you know, where I'm going to put tracks at and things like that. Because I mean, I'm probably going to have to redo some things, but I would like to not redo them if I can help it, if that makes any sense. Right about there's our line. Going like that. Okay. I'm just going to kind of make an outline here. I don't know for sure if this is going to be the outline we end up sticking with or not, but I'm just going to try to make some kind of an outline here. I really don't know how far to go either. I mean, those trees are definitely going to be in the way, so I'm kind of feeling like I'm just going to turn it here. Even though there's plenty of land over there, I think I'm just going to turn it here. Make a bit of an awkward shape. Now, we will have to get rid of those two trees, obviously. Might be time to consider making an upgrade to some of our woodworking stuff as well, so we don't have to do so much winching. Not that I don't like winching. I like winching a lot. It's probably my favorite thing to do with woodworking, with the exception of maybe... Ooh, this is a nice area over here, too. With the exception of maybe... I'm just going to wrap this around this way. You know, doing the Tree Devour mod for the wood chips. Like, that is obviously the most convenient. This is going to be a very, very awkward shape here, gang. Very, very, very awkward. Pretty big field, though. Now, we're probably going to be expanding these fields out and, you know, making them look a little bit different as we carry on here, as the farm comes to fruition. But early on, it's just kind of a matter of let's kind of put something on the ground or on paper, so to speak, and figure it out. This hill right here is a little concerning to me, so I'm trying to stay pretty far to the right of it on purpose. Because eventually we're going to be upgrading that harvester, right, with a bigger header. We're really going to have to. Well, maybe. I guess if we keep them all relatively smaller size, we'll probably be okay, but... Alright, so there's an outline at least for one field. I think I'm just going to do a bunch of outlines for now, and then we'll have to come back and get these trees gone. I think a bunch of outlines is the way to go here. At least try to get ourselves a bit of a vision of how this farm's going to come together, right? I think that's probably the smartest play here, so that's what we're going to do. So I don't want to go all the way down here. I want to leave an area, because we're going to need an area for some kind of a track, right? So, because we're going to want to get to that section over there at some point. So maybe cut it around here somewhere. And the track can just kind of run with the edge of this field and that tree line. Yeah, I like that. Another awkward shaped field, but I like it nonetheless. We'll probably end up trying to make them a little bit more of a realistic shape as we carry on and get rid of some trees, right? We might even, you know, expand them together, things like that. But for now, like I said, let's just put some outlines in so we can get a view of what we're dealing with here, what we're thinking. Might have made that a little bit too close, but that's all right. Okay, those two fields are done. Very awkward shaped fields, but they're done nonetheless. They almost look kind of identical on the little mini map in the left hand corner there if you're looking at it. They kind of look pretty close. There's not really a whole lot of land over here like I thought. I thought we had more over here, but we don't. So maybe I should have expanded these out a little more. Actually, I think we're going to. Well, I don't know. That tree line is kind of in the way, though, right? We'd have to get rid of all of these trees in this little tiny section here, really, to do any kind of major expansion here. I guess I could expand this one. This one could work. So I'm going to be jumping in and out of the menu here a little bit here, gang. I just want to make sure we don't go across the line or get too close to it. I want to keep ourselves pretty much on track here. I think that's close enough for me. Oh, shit. See, that's what I was afraid of. Fuck. Okay. I just got a little bit too close there on that one. I think if we cut it like this, we'll probably be okay. Just got to be careful of that section right there. Hopefully that's not going to cause too much mayhem there. I'll have to try to maybe touch that up a little bit with some paint, some grass paint. As a matter of fact, I think I might just do it now to knock that out of the way, to make sure that there is no harm or risk that could happen there at all. So let's talk a little bit more about the challenges here. I kind of told you at the beginning what the challenges are. There are some bonus challenges. I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again really quickly just to kind of refresh our memory here a little bit. We do have one of those already done. So the bonus challenges are just to utilize at least 3 to 5 productions for our animals. So right now we have one that's making us pig food, right? So we've got one knocked down. We really need to get 2 more. We'll probably get some kind of silage and hay one potentially. Those are easy ones to knock out. And you know, TMR basically for the cows when the time comes for the cows, right? That probably makes the most sense. Oh boy. Land is not owned by me. Oh boy. Not good. Not good. Not good, Z. Not good at all, brother. It's not even letting me paint it. Oh boy. That is not good at all. It's not even letting me paint this. Oh boy. Well, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Went a little bit too far there. That's a big problem. Whoops. I really don't know what I'm going to do with that one, gang. I'm going to have to figure something out there. I guess maybe buy the land when I have enough money and fix it and then sell the land back. I guess that's the only way really to go about doing it. There's no restriction on buying more land. You can buy more land if you want, but I don't think we really need it, but we can buy more land. So I think based off of just purely how many trees are in the way, the best one to start with is probably this field right here. There's 2 there, and then 2 down here, 3 down here. So I think this is probably the best one to start with. The least amount of things in the way, I guess I should say. So yeah, let's get going. I know we did time-lapse already, but we're gonna have to do another one. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about today. I've kind of talked a lot. My mouth's dry. Let's get to work. right, another long time lapse, gang, but we got a lot done. I did not do the full plowing on the time lapse. I cut a little bit of that out. Well, at least I think I cut a little bit of that out. Wasn't really meaning to at the beginning, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave a little bit out because I'm going to start drilling it, and we're going to get rid of some of these trees and everything else. So still got to get rid of the stumps, so the worker's going to have a little issues with those stumps, but that's okay. The trees are now gone from this field. So I'm going to plow over the stumps. They're easy to find that way. And we'll get the stump grinder here in a little bit. And we'll have to do a little touch-up work, obviously. Because the worker is going to beat me to the stumps before I get the stump grinder. Stump grinder is not close. It's pretty far away, unfortunately. It's still up in our main yard. So I've got to make a trip there. And by the time I do all that, the worker will be at... he's going to be at the stumps here pretty much in the next pass. Well, maybe one more pass, but either way, pretty close. And he's going to have the issues and not be able to do it. So... yeah, this is it didn't really look like it when we were doing the outline, but it's a decent sized field, gang. It's certainly not as big as some of the other ones we have over there, but it's still pretty big. I would say it's up there in the top 5. It might be the 4th biggest one we got. Got a little stump. What is that? Yeah, I guess it's just a piece of it that was somehow chopped off and for some reason wasn't there. I don't know, that's weird. Anyway, okay, the field has been fully plowed now. Sorry, gang, I hit the microphone there. So let me go get the stump grinder, and then we'll have to take over for the worker and finish up doing the drilling here. I'm just going to leave this here because we're going to need it again really soon. You know I like putting stuff away. I don't like just leaving things all over the place, but that's kind of what I'm doing here. I've got those trees just kind of laying all over the place too, but we'll get those back here eventually at some point. Going over that hill, I think it's going to be an absolute haul. It's going to be brutal. So, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing with those. I don't know if we're going to get another wood working or wood forestry of some sort production before then, or if we just sell and move that one, because I've talked about moving that one because it's pretty far away now from those trees who've been taken down. I don't know. Let me get the stump grinder. I'll be back over the field. Okay, we're back over here. I think the worker might have went over one of the stumps, which I'm very surprised about. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just didn't get there yet. I don't know what the worker's doing here. I think he's having issues because of the stumps, actually. I'm going to actually jump in here before he starts doing something, whatever he's going to do. I'm just going to realign him real quick. Actually, let's touch up this little section up here, this awkward little corner. I probably shouldn't even made this little corner up here, but we did, so... So obviously, I didn't really say it, but obviously you could tell now. Look in the right-hand corner, you could tell from a long time ago. But we're putting sorghum in here. Sorghum's a fast-growing crop, so we can utilize that to help us with the flour in the mill. Now, we do have some flour in our... okay, I kind of expected that, actually. We do have some flour in our silo, I think. Well, flour. I say flour. We have some crop, I believe, in our silo. Let me do a quick save here. Let me look at it really quick. Yeah, we've got sorghum in there, and we've got a little bit of wheat and a little bit of oat. So we could take some of that over here and start working on making some flour immediately. I think we're going to do a little bit of that. I don't necessarily know if it'll be today or not, but I think we're going to bring some of that over there. We don't need all of that. The reason we were keeping that in there is for this exact reason, right? To give us a good start on getting the flour objective under control. I think the most difficult one on this portion is really going to be all of the animals. Trying to keep up with all the animals is going to be the most difficult part. All right, I think they're all gone now. I'm going to say they are. I'm just going to move the tractor out of the way here. I talked earlier on that, you know, we eventually would upgrade the drill. We still haven't done that. I would like to do that now that we've moved to stage 3. We really do need to upgrade the drill. We really need to upgrade a lot of things. The drill, the harvester would be good to upgrade as well. Just because now that we're going to have so many fields running, it would be good to have a wider width that will make it a little bit faster, right? We can get stuff done a little bit quicker. So I'm going to put that back on a worker because we still have to do the secondary application of spraying on these fields. Now, it won't take us too long to do that, but we do have to do it nonetheless. So let's jump into our Hardy Rubicon 9000 here. We need to unload the herbicide out of this and grab some fertilizer. Now, we're probably going to have to Probably going to have to fill up the tank again because I don't think we have quite enough here to be able to fill this up to max, and we're going to need a little bit, probably going to need max, honestly, with the amount of fields we have to do. Alright, we're filled up. I don't know if necessarily if we would have needed the max. I said that, and then after I said it, I was like, I don't know if that's a correct statement, Z. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Probably wouldn't need the max, but we probably would need more than what we actually had in there. It cost us over $4 grand to fill this thing up to max, so we'll use it eventually, though, so not a big deal. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see here. Move the camera out a little bit more, make it easier on myself here. Because that tree's going to come and play. So it's about, well, I guess at the time you're watching this, it'll be, what, week starting, getting ready to start? The day you're watching this should be Thursday, I think, right? So week 4 of the NFL season. How your NFL team's doing? Do you play fantasy football? How's your fantasy football team doing? I play fantasy football. I've played for a long time. One of my leagues I started out 3-0. It's probably the best draft that I've ever done. I'm very, very happy with it. The other one, yeah, not so good. I'm 1-2 in the other one. So, well, at least at the time of this recording, I'm 1-2. The other one, I'm 3-0. So we'll see. I don't know. I have to let you know if I was able to continue my undefeated streak or not. The next time I record, if I don't remember, make sure you ping me down in the comments about it. But yeah, 3-0 in one league. Pretty happy about it, man. Pretty happy. The only thing I didn't get well, I mean, he's been doing great for me, but the only thing I didn't really draft as good as I probably would have liked is my quarterbacks. The quarterback I have is just a rookie quarterback, but he's killing it for me, so I can't really complain. I kind of went heavy on running backs and some mid to up tier potential wide receivers, and it's panned out perfectly for me. I mean, I've got Cook on the bench, and Cook on my league that I'm 3-0. I've got Cook on the bench, and he's been putting up absolutely crazy points, but I can't really not play the other two I have. So I've got Breece Hall and I've got Taylor. I mean, I can't really not play those. Buffalo's offense is so potent. You can't expect Cook to put those numbers up every week, but the couple of weeks that he has played, he's been putting up 15 to 20 points every week, so it's crazy, or more. I don't need to put that away. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, that's not farming. I'm off tangent here, but every once in a while I just like to bring up other topics with you all and see what your interests are, if anybody has an interest besides Farming Simulator. Or farming in general. I figure most people, as long as you're American, most people like football, right? I'm actually a big hockey guy. That's my thing. I've played hockey my whole life. So, high school, college, the whole 9 yards, I played hockey, so I was a big hockey guy. But I do like my football. I happen to be a Denver Broncos fan. You might be asking, well, Z, you live in Ohio. How are you a Broncos fan? I've been a Broncos fan since I was like 6 or 7. I think 7. I loved Shannon Sharp, and John Elway, obviously, I liked as well. So I just kind of liked the Broncos when I was younger. They were in the Super Bowl, and just kind of grew accustomed to liking them, and I've never really let it go. It's not that I don't like the Bengals. I do. My wife actually is a Bengals fan, but I just always been a Broncos fan, so I've just kind of stuck with it. And they've been pretty terrible for a number of years. I think Bo Nix is the real deal, though. I do. He needs a little bit more time, but I think he's the real deal. Last week, well, the time I'm watching this, the week 3, he put up some decent numbers. He looked pretty stellar. So, just needs a little bit more time, a little bit more experience, and I think he's going to be pretty good. Now, hockey, in case you don't know, some of you who've been watching my channel for a long time probably already know, because I talk about hockey a lot, especially during hockey season. I'm a Columbus fan. Blue Jackets, specifically, because I live in Ohio, obviously. Before that, I was a Colorado fan, and I became a Colorado fan for a very similar reason. In Ohio, we do not like the state up north. We don't even say the name. Michigan. We don't even say the M. Michigan. So because of that reason, and I was growing up, in the 90s specifically, Detroit and Colorado absolutely hated each other, despised each other. So I became a Colorado fan for that as well. So I think it just was a natural progression for me to lean towards the Broncos as well because of that reason. Joe Sakic is my favorite player of all time. I tried to be a Joe Sakic type of player when I was playing. Well, I mean, I still play, men's league stuff, but when I was playing in college and high school, but big Joe Sakic fan. I love Joe Sakic, man. So, anyway, I was a bit of a rant about stuff that's not Farming Simulator. I do that every once in a while. I apologize. Some of you like it, some of you don't. So, those of you that do, there you go. If you don't, I apologize. So, we just got this bit here to do. I know some of you have mentioned in the comments before, why am I not just mowing this up first and getting the grass and turning it into silage? I certainly could do that. That would make me a lot of money. At this point, I don't really think the series is really about the money anymore, with the exception of just trying to make some upgrades. It's really more about trying to complete the objectives, and a lot of the objectives, with the exception of, making a bigger farm and more animals and stuff, it's not really that money driven. So, I think for me, it would be more beneficial to take the second application of fertilizer for free. So if you look at it, obviously in those last fields, we just had to fertilize those the second time, right? But the one we're putting in now, you can see it already has one application of fertilizer because of the grass. So we're putting this down. This drill has fertilizer in it. So we already got the second application. So we're going to drill this, and then we don't have to worry about this field at all until it's ready to harvest. Don't even have to focus on it. So for me, time-wise and just the overall aspect of saving the money on the fertilizer, I'm all for it. So doesn't mean we won't do that. We've done that before. We did that on some of those fields on the original farm area. And we're probably going to do that on some of the fields here too, but that's really the reason why, for those of you that were asking and are curious about that, I should say. But yeah, things are going well. We're starting off well. Things are starting off really well. We got to finish the rest of this up here, gang, and then, we're going to leave the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. I would appreciate it if you give this video a like. It's the best and absolute easiest way to help the channel out at this point. It helps get the video out to further people if you do like it, because YouTube's algorithm thinks, oh, well, people are liking this video. I should ship it out, if I can talk straight, to other people. So every like is very much appreciated. I appreciate every single one of you more than you possibly know. I'm excited, man. Not much time left. This series, I do believe we're going to finish this series a little earlier than I expected, which is going to be good, right? That's going to free up at least, well, whenever we do finish it, it'll free up 2 days a week, right? So we could put another episode of the Ohio Richlands, on this, and probably one of the 100 horsepower on it, right? Just to help both of those series out, because they're going to be kind of coming down to the wire, I think. Well, we already know the Broke to Billionaire Challenge on Ohio Richlands. I'm not going to make $1 billion. We already know that. I've failed that, but we're going to get a lot of money out of that series. I know we are. I'm looking into the cookies for those of you that have been saying that. I'm kind of ranting here after I already did my closing, but I'm going to look into the cookies. All of you said that the cookies are huge gold mine, so I'm going to look into those. We're doing a lot of other things that I think are going to help us, all the different BGAs and the pasta and everything else. That pasta going to make us a ton of money, so we'll look into it, though. We'll get there. We'll see where we can get to. If we can get to 100 million, I think that's a pretty happy ending there on that series. All things considered, a failing the actual billionaire challenge. But that is for the future. For now, we'll leave it here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your support. And I'll catch you all next time.